The term driving while black refers to racial profiling of basically today non-Caucasian drivers, resulting in questioning or traffic stops of an individual just based on their skin color. Seton Hall law professor Mark Denbo enlisted some of his students to try to find out if the town of Bloomfield, New Jersey, bordered in the south by more diverse towns such as East Orange, which is 88% African-American, and Newark, which is about 80% African-American and Latino, were engaging in these practices. Now, the group observed 70 hours, about 4 weeks, of traffic ticket hearings in court, which amounted to looking at about 855 ticketed individuals for their sample set.
We decided we wanted to look at an affluent, predominantly white town on a border with the towns that were poorer and frankly not as white.
Now, the study found that a disproportionate amount of black and Latino drivers in Bloomfield were being ticketed.
Our data from the beginning showed the 80%, 20% ratio. And our data showed day after day after day that ratio. It wasn't like it was one day. It wasn't even as if it was 90% one day and 70%. It was always the same.
The group found that 84% of the tickets given in Bloomfield were in the southern part of the town that borders the lower income, more diverse towns of East Orange and Newark. Now, the Bloomfield Police Director, Samuel DeMayo, vehemently disagrees with the study, releasing a statement. He says, while the issues of social justice and racial profiling are important ones, and we applaud the students for attempting such a study, we take issue with this exceptionally flawed and the invalidating nature of the report's methodology.
Clearly, the problem is tenured professors, because anybody worried about the job when to pull the silly stunt like this. Anybody looking at this knows the area, Bloomfield Avenue, that's where all the traffic is. That's why all the tickets are here. This part of Bloomfield is way less populated.
To me, this looks like a time-honored New Jersey law enforcement tradition of writing up enough tickets to get the bills paid in town. That's what's going on here.
It's about revenue. Yeah, I agree.
Here's the thing. The study is focusing on race, driving while black. First of all, that's not something you can prevent if you're black. You're just born that way. And the other thing is, why is that necessarily a bad thing to target blacks? I've interviewed families of victims in New York City who wanted stop and frisk to be reinstated, so it's not necessarily a bad thing.
You can see from this map that these border areas see spillover in crimes from East Orange and Newark, so therefore there's more cops there. They assign more cops there. More cops means more tickets, no matter what.
At what point is somebody going to investigate these idiot professors that continue to push this narrative about race when it comes down to law enforcement? It's absolutely ridiculous. He's trying to sell a book. That'll be the next thing that comes out.